Imagine a world without war, without strife, without greed. Imagine what humanity could do if we were dedicated to space exploration and peaceful cooperation. On September 8, 1966, a world-changing television series entered the community, depicting a starship crew whose goal is to boldly go where no one has gone before. Star Trek. Gene Roddenberry's vision of a future where humanity has dedicated themselves to the peaceful exploration of the galaxy within this governmental body called the United Federation of Planets. Humanity has eliminated poverty, has eliminated hunger, has eliminated greed from their society, and is purely dedicated to scientific advancement. Now today I want to discuss the possibility of that future happening in our lives. And I hope everyone today will walk away just a little bit less skeptical. So take a look at this map on the board. This is a map of all 195 countries on Earth. Each country has its own culture, its own interests, its own economy. But those nations fight with each other. This is a map of all current conflicts that are happening as of today. Many of these have been happening since 1948, at the end of the Second World War. Nations fight each other based on three major important factors: land, wealth, and culture. But what if we could come together and stop the constant bickering that these nations have and truly unite to bring together a new era of peace and unity? Before I move on to the main section, I want to talk about societal thinking of today. Everyone here is probably thinking that their nationality will be the one of the country that they currently reside in. For me, that's the United States, therefore making me an American. But that's an issue in and of itself. Nationality creates nationalism. Now, patriotism is love for one's own country. Nationalism is a hate for every other country but your own. Charles de Gaulle. Now, nationalism is created by a country, and that creates prejudices of the people residing within that country. Now, those societies create their own cultures, and those cultures creates a schism between that society and other societies, as evidently shown by current Western culture and bickering with Middle Eastern cultures. But what if we could come together, and what happens if we remove that, what we call nationality? What if we remove that definition? What you have left is just a human being. You are a human. You're not an American, you're not another nationality, you're simply a human. And that's where we need to get to. So now that I've defined the problem and what we're trying to achieve, let's try to talk about what the solution will be. And that is bringing those 195 countries into one governmental body. Now, this is being done in two different ways. One way is to expand the power of the UN. The other way is to build from the ground up. Now, these all involve building some cultural zones where like-minded countries, like-minded countries will be brought into one legislative region, and those legislative regions will elect legislators to a new world legislature. Now, coming off of that, I know you guys may be skeptical that this could happen, but let's talk about the benefits of a world government. The first one is efficiency. Now, currently, this is a cell phone. Now, cell phones require copper wire because copper is a good conductor. Now, there are 20 copper mines in different countries, making 20 copper wires to be put into 20 different cell phones. Now, those 20 different cell phones aren't marketed to every country, so the world population isn't benefiting from those 20 different cell phones. And while that's happening, the 20 copper mines are being depleted of resources simultaneously. Now, if we were to have one governmental body drawing production, only as many mines as needed will be open to make those same 20 copper wires, to make those same 20 cell phones, but those 20 cell phones will be benefiting the entire world population, as the entire world population will be able to get access to those cell phones. The second one is a singular goal. A singular goal is incredibly important to have true unity among the population. Humans are at their best and their worst when we have a singular goal. Now, in the Star Trek universe, after World War III, from 2049 to 2053, Zefram Cochrane began developing his warp theory and eventually made the first warp engine. In 2063, he'll perform his first warp flight. This ushered in a new era of peace, unity, and peaceful exploration within the human species. Now, this can happen in real life. There's no means of there's nothing blocking us from truly achieving this type of advancement. Now, I know there's skepticalities there, and that's why we're going to move on to what's the main objection to this, and that's mainly the fact that resources are limited on Earth, and every country fights for those same resources. However, in the future, technology will allow us to create our own need, to satisfy our own needs and wants without the need of using those resources. So matter energy conversion technology, or i.e. replicators, which is an integral part of the Star Trek universe, allows for a person to go up to a machine, and that machine will create whatever they need out of the energy that currently exists in the universe. Now, say you wanted to have a salad. A salad requires ingredients, and those ingredients are grown by a farmer somewhere in the world. However, if you use a replicator, the replicator can not only create those ingredients, it can create that entire salad for you without the need for you to go buy those ingredients, or without the need for that farmer to grow those ingredients. Now, that also eliminates the need for a type of currency. So I know currently currency is an integral part of our society, and material wealth and material gain is also an integral part of our society. But in order to achieve a truly united species, there has to be an elimination of that type of currency. And therefore, there has to be an elimination of need and want for material. Now, this can only be done through this technological advancement. So I guess to end with this message is that how can everyone work towards this type of goal? Spread the idea. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. John F. Kennedy. An idea is worth spreading, and that's what we need to do. Is every single day, every person in here can try to change someone else's thinking. Be a human, be inclusive. Just treat someone else as another human, not as another person from a different country or a person of a different culture, just a human. And once we do that, humanity can truly become one unified species. Thank you.